Good afternoon, students, and welcome to the online class of history. Myself, Ananya Bhattacharjee. In our last class, I had already touched the portions of 6th century. That is, I have tried to give you a brief introduction about the Mahajanapadas, then regarding Brahmanas. Okay, then what changes make during 6th century. So today I will be discussing about some brief idea about Mahajanapadas. So I told in your last class that I will give you or I will explain Mahajanapadas, but in your syllabus it had only touched the portion. So I thought that let me don't elaborate the portions because you will get confused or will not understand the points. Whatever might be written in your books, I thought that I should discuss such points with you all. So let's start with Mahajanapadas. I will give you some brief idea regarding Mahajanapadas. So first of all, I told the meaning of Mahajanapadas, that is the people's feet. Maha. What is Maha? Maha means big. Then Jana means people. Pada means feet. That is the place where people set its feet or the place where people settles. That is called Mahajanapadas. And Mahajanapadas, that is Mahajanapadas means the emergence of 16 states during 6th century. And you have to remember one thing, what changes did it occur during 6th century? First of all, we know that during 6th century the discovery of iron. Okay, let's start with Mahajanapadas. In early texts of Buddhism and Jainism, we usually find or mentions of 16 states under the name of Mahajanapadas, though the name of all these Mahajanapadas are not uniform is this books, yet the names of Vajji, Magadha, Koshal, Kuru, Panchal, Gandhar and others are alike. It indicates that all these Mahajanapadas have been very important. Okay. Then most of the Mahajanapadas were ruled by king, but a group of people ruled those states which were known as a republic. Even or every person of this group was called a king. Lord Mahavir and Lord Buddha had a relation with these republics. Like the republics of Vajji, in some other states, the king and the people had a collective control over economic resources. You have to remember one thing, during 6th century BC, the religious movement also occurred or take place. It is the development of Buddhism and Jainism. You have to remember this point. And I already told that I'll be discussing about Buddhism and Jainism in your next chapter. It is already mentioned in your next chapter. But you have to remember some changes took place during 6th century. Okay, and there is one of the main points here is that is the religious movement, that is Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, now let's come to the same point, that is Mahajanapadas. Let me discuss another point, that is every Mahajanapada had its own capital. It was often surrounded by a fort. The fortification of the capital was indeed for the maintenance of capital, border forces, and economic resources for the officials. Approximately in the 6th century BCE, the Brahmanas started composing a religious book in Sanskrit called Dharmashastras or Dharmashustras. In it, the rules were determined for all social sections, including king. It was also expected that all the rulers should be Kshatriyas. The main job of the rulers was to collect tax from the farmers, merchants, and craftsmen. They also accepted offerings. It was legitimate to attack the neighboring countries to raise money from them. Slowly and steadily, some states started keeping their regular armed force and every other officials. The other states were still dependent on assistant armies. The soldiers were often recruited from the farmers. Okay. Now I will discuss about another topic, that is Ganas or Shanghas. Okay, these are quite different from Mahajanapadas. Okay, so there are certain states in 6th century BCE which were known as Ghana or Shanghas. Their administrative system were much different from Mahajanapadas. That is, I mean to say their administrative system were much more different from them. They had no kings, and rule of the state was in the hand of a chiefdom elected by people. Their post was not hereditary. You have to mind that their post was not hereditary. Okay? Whole work of administration was done with mutual consent by elected representatives of the people. Okay? Now, I will discuss, or let me discuss one of the important point, that is Magadha emerged as the most powerful Mahajanapadas. Okay, why Magadha is the most important or powerful state in 6th century BCE? There are some other reasons also. So one by one, I will highlight all those reasons here. The first reason is that is the agriculture was quite advanced and productive in Magadha region because of good rain. There was always abundant production of all crops. Magadha had a considerable storage of iron, so it was easy to manufacture strong weapons and ornaments. Elephants were available in large numbers in the forest areas. These elephants were considered an important component or part of the army. Because of Ganga and its tributaries, the transportation was both cheap and easy. Magadha had two capitals, namely Rajgir and Patliputra. It was very difficult for the enemy forces to attain victory over both those capitals. Accordingly to many early Buddhist and Jain writers, the policies of different rulers were also responsible for the strong position of Magadha. They had started that they stated that rulers like Bimbisar, Ajatasattu, and Mahapadmananda were quite ambitious. Their policies were introduced by their ministers. Okay, so I will end your discussions today, and if you find any confusions regarding today's topic, please text me or please ask me. Okay, and I always waiting for your response, but you didn't respond me at all. So again and again I will tell you that please go through that video. If you find any confusions, then please text me. Okay, so I'm ending my class here.